Hey guys, Carlz0r here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Catacomb Kids. This is a procedurally generated, side-scrolling RPG roguelike platformer thing that might actually remind you guys a lot of a game that I showed a couple weeks ago called Vagante. This game's actually been in development a lot longer, but it just more recently, in fact Friday, this past Friday, became available to the public through the Steam Early Access program and the Humble Store. They also ran a Kickstarter a while back, and even though I've been following this game for a while, I didn't know that that Kickstarter was going on, and I could have gotten alpha access to this game a lot earlier if I'd been paying attention to that, but we have it now, so we're going to be taking a look. Please keep in mind that anything that you see here that isn't finished or buggy will be corrected by the final version of the game, I'm sure. I haven't really run into any bugs yet, but there is a lot of unimplemented content yet. There's also a lot of very playable and very interesting gameplay here, and so we are going to be taking a look at as many things as we can, but this is, there's a lot of emergent gameplay in this, and I'm not going to be able to show everything. Partially because I don't know all of the different things that can be pulled off in this, but also because sometimes the situations just won't present themselves. Anyway, you'll notice that there's a versus mode here. If you're interested in multiplayer, I don't know if there's going to be a co-op mode or not. I think it might be planned, but don't hold me to that. It probably, even if it will, even if there will be a co-op mode, it won't be online. The developers said that there will probably never be any online functionality for this game, unless he suddenly develops magic powers by staring at a passing comet or something. But this is all local, but it's also, it looks very fun, and I actually saw somebody playing this on a YouTube video, an earlier version. Basically, you just pick a character, and then you get to, you can see their stats down there, where it has all the strength, defense, speed, and everything. And then after you select them, you can also choose what set of skills they're going to have. These are spells that are available in the single-player, procedurally generated main game thing, which is what we're going to be showing today because I don't have anybody to play versus mode with right now. This is the main point of the game, obviously. You can think of it as basically just starting a new game in Spelunky or Vagante, making your way down through several different floors and trying to reach the end, which right now the end is, I think, maybe a third of the way as far as they plan on letting you be able to go in the final version. It's a pretty hard game, so I haven't even actually been able to finish a run of what's currently available yet. But I will show you to the best of my ability what I can. Now you notice when you select a new game you get to start with whatever class you want, but there are only two implemented so far. We have the Bully and the Poet. The Bully is going to be your strength, basically brawler, beat-em-up type class, and then your Poet is going to be more focused on magic. You'll also notice that they have these special abilities that are listed down there in the bottom right. This one has a taunt, which I haven't really tested out yet much, but I think it's going to be used to draw enemies towards you. I guess you can use it as a distraction or something, similarly to how you could throw rocks and the enemies will see or hear the rocks being thrown around and maybe go to investigate, allowing you to sneak up on them or sneak past them or whatever. Anyway, also the Poet. This is one that is actually a lot more useful to me. I've actually used it very frequently, the Tome special, which allows you to take any magic books that you find and turn them into projectile shooting little, I guess, options, if you were thinking of it in like Gradius or shoot-em-up terms. I'm actually going to be showing the Poet class just because there's a lot of cool stuff that I want to show in this game, and I won't necessarily be able to show a lot of those things without access to some magic. You'll notice here that there's a lot to take in with these different characters you can look at. When you select a class, you get to choose what character you actually want to play as, and these are all generated on the fly, and if you don't like any of them, you can just hit the back menu button and then go back in, and you get a different set of 6 different kids. Their appearances and their stats, their traits, and their starting equipment, magic, and stuff like that is all generated on the fly. And it's a lot to look at first, but you kind of get a feel after a while what kind of things you want to look for. You don't want to look for somebody that's starting with like 2 HP or 3 HP, for example. You'll notice all of these people actually have 4, which is a pretty good number. The HP seems to be determined by what good traits the person has. So since this person is defensive, starts with some magical armor, and is resourceful, they're going to lose a couple of starting hit points capacity just for having a lot of good traits, but they're going to get one of those back because they also have a bad trait, which is clumsy, which means that they're easier to knock over. If an enemy hits you, it might send you kind of cartwheeling across the ground. You can trip on things and set off traps more easily, make noise more easily, and stuff like that. Loud is the one that allows you to make noise more easily. Bad swimmer makes you make more noise when you're swimming, and it also makes you swim more slowly and not be able to hold your breath for as long. And, stuff like hating daggers just means that if you try to give this character a dagger weapon, they're not going to be able to use it as well. Poised, I think, means that you are more graceful than usual, and I don't know exactly what that equates to in this. I'm going to get a different set of characters generated here. You can see in the bottom right, since these are all poets, they're going to start with a magic book and a magic spell, and the book doesn't necessarily correlate with what spell you get. You learn your spells from the books, but push doesn't come from the Fire and Ice book, for example. But if I started with this character, I would have the push skill, and I'd be able to get a Fire and Ice spell, so why don't I go ahead and take this? He also has a Robe of Reflection, which I think reflects magical effects to some degree from your character. Oh, right off the bat, one of the traps in this game tried to set off on me. Basically, what that does is it fills an area with gas, and if it fills up fast enough, then it'll touch this little igniter up here, and it'll blow up. But if the igniter goes off before the gas touches it, it doesn't really matter. The gas doesn't really do anything on its own, and it doesn't end up blowing up. You can grab almost anything you want to grab from the terrain. I should be able to get this torch, but maybe... There we go, I got it. I can carry this around with me. It'll increase my light radius slightly. Ooh, want to watch out for traps and stuff like that, too. You can just barely see the pressure plates in this game. I think they're actually almost a little bit too invisible. Oh, you see another one of these here. I'm going to see if I can set this one off successfully. Ooh, if I can not get killed by this bat. Okay, so with dead enemy corpses, you can actually pick them up, you can carry them around, you can throw them if you want to, like that, and you can also eat them. And some of them have uses other than eating, which I'm going to also try to show during the course of this video. I'm going to kill off these mushrooms. I'm going to try to show you what that trap does. Okay, as you can see, it ignites a little area when it goes off correctly. Spikes on the floor are one-hit kills. Spikes in the ceiling are not always necessarily one-hit kill. Those ones that pop out of the ceiling when you hit the buttons, they do a buttload of damage, but they don't really kill you every time. Now I gotta figure out a way to get through this room without dying. I think if I just stand on top of this boulder... Okay, good. As long as I didn't make it roll. Oh, you see how that little crusher thing is stuck to the floor there? It's actually because there was a slime ball, which usually dropped from these slime creatures when you kill them. That one didn't happen to drop one. There was a slime ball on the ground, and the slime ball, got stuck to the little crusher thing and got it all gummed up. That's one of the kind of emergent things that's in this game that makes it stand out and kind of interesting. I'll try to show you a better example of some stuff that you can do. I got killed already. That's not actually very uncommon since I'm not very good at this yet, but we won't get knocked down permanently. I'll just keep on going. Fire and Ice and push again. Starts with a Jacket of Reflection, a smooth sledgehammer. This character is actually very similar to the one we were just playing. He's a bad swimmer. That's fine, I'll take him. I didn't even show how to learn a magic spell. If you have a character that starts with a spell book, you can just take it out of your storage by pressing the Y button. If you look in the bottom left corner, you can see that there's a book in there. That's my Fire and Ice book. Then I can hold B to use it, which will put it in my book slot. Now, books can come out of there if you replace them with something else. So, that book isn't gone, it's just kind of in a special spot where it won't take up my one little storage hand or my offhand where I can carry things around. Once it's in there, though, you can go into the menu, you can select it, and you can learn a skill. Something like Infernus or Frostbolt, Cold Burst. I'm going to take... I think I'm going to take Cold Burst, because I haven't really tried it yet. And I'll go ahead and use it first opportunity that I get. Something else worth noting since the opportunity has presented itself for me to show you. Oh, actually, here's another opportunity that has decided to show itself. Oh, well, even better. Okay, with this slime ball, one thing that I could do with it is I could throw it at a wall, and I could use it as something to grab onto and pull myself up with in order to scale even further up the wall. Something else I could do with it is I can throw it in this guy's face and hopefully blind him so that he has a harder time attacking me. Now, it didn't work that time, but it can, and has worked. Maybe I'm supposed to use the purple ones for that. Or maybe I just didn't throw it quite right. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Very nice. So you see it freezes the enemy and it also freezes some of the terrain around him. Now I can pick up his sword if I wanted to. Do I hate swords or anything like that? No, I do not have hate swords. It does give me a higher strength, but a slightly lower defense and speed. I think I'll leave it alone, but something else that I could do, I could actually, well, there we go. I can pick up the corpse, and I can hold the Y button to loot it, and all he happens to have on is a robe, which does give me higher magic and intelligence, so I think I will take it. And that'll replace the robe that I was wearing, and that's gonna, or the, whatever it was. It was a jacket of reflect. Oh, actually I want that jacket of reflection. Basically, you don't have like an inventory, you can just kind of equip one of each type of thing at a time, and you have like one storage spot that you can keep stuff in on your back. I can eat this corpse though. And sometimes eating certain types of corpses over and over again will give you a special effect, but usually eating just, if you eat enough times, it'll replenish your health. Now we have another slime ball. Something I wanted to show is that if you throw something at one of these torches, it knocks it over and sets stuff on fire. And that can be very useful. That can set enemies on fire. It can also be used to heat up those rolling boulders that are in this game that you may have seen at some point or another. I'm going to try to do the little roll flip thing there to get out of there more easily. There's a lot of motion related things in this game too, like double tapping forward allows you to run. You can hold in a direction and tap the left trigger. This is all on the Xbox 360 pad, by the way. Game's perfectly playable with keyboard, but I would recommend a controller for it. But I can do this little dodge roll thing, which allows me to dodge enemy attacks and traps and stuff like that. And I forget to use it far too often. Oopsie. So, the way magic works, by the way, you'll notice that lightning bolt bar, that purple bar on the bottom of my screen. That's my energy. Oopsie. And you'll see that's what happens when you get hit by a ceiling trap. Anyway, that lightning bolt purple bar there is my energy, and that's how much energy that I have at any given time. That's what allows me to use my skills and stuff. Right now that's 5 units. So I can cast this spell. It happens to only take up 4 units of energy. But it also only has 4 charges. And I think there are ways to get those charges back, but I'm not 100% sure how to do it. So yeah, okay, and here's the other thing. I did that special tome ability. Oh boy. Now I can shoot fire out of this book until the book itself actually runs out of charges, which is a kind of nice thing to be able to do. Now I was hearing the Orb of Leveling a minute ago. I didn't end up picking it up, did I? Oh, I can hear it. It's like right below me. I gotta go around this way. There aren't time limits on this stage, on these stages, so you actually have a lot more time to have freedom and stuff in this game. I'm just going to go ahead and level up. That gives you some of your health back, by the way. And I'm going to take speed. And then when you take a skill, or when you take a stat upgrade, you can either take another stat upgrade, or you can take one of these special skills, one of these special traits that comes up. I'd like to take free run because it allows you to sprint up walls and stuff. It kind of limits the amount of jumping that you have to do, and makes you a little bit more traversable, which is very important in this game, to be able to traverse the terrain. Now potions usually Whoa, how did that boulder end up falling down? Did I bump it? Okay, well, I ended up dying again. That's fine, though. Potions are something that usually turn up a lot more frequently in this game. Buzzing robe. I hate the buzzing robes and buzzing armors and stuff like that, because if you're wearing buzzing armor and you jump into water, it will actually electrocute you, so you have to be careful about stuff like that. Let's see. Okay, he starts... Oh. He's got a lot of bad traits. Let's go for it, though, because he's got a lot of HP and he has some cool magic. With potions, it works like it does in a lot of roguelike games, where you don't know what all the different potions do when you first start a run. It randomizes the effect of each color of potion each time, but there are different ways to find out what a potion does without actually trying to consume it to find out, because that can be dangerous. Decorated machete probably doesn't matter too much. One of the ways is to throw it at an enemy, and if the enemy suffers or gains any good or bad effects from the potion, you'll be able to find out what it does that way. Let me see if I can find a potion. I can show you an example of this. Oh, there's the Orb of Leveling. Every stage, you want to find the Orb of Leveling, if you can, so you can level up. Ooh.
Must continue.
Alright. Jeez. You want to try to find the Orb of Leveling so that you can level up on that level, and then you need to find the exit so you can go on to the next level. I'm actually going to give this guy a bit more defense, and I'm going to make him extra tough, which reduces his damage from traps, fire, and electricity.
I'm the best.
I'm sorry if I'm sounding really scatterbrained while I'm trying to commentate over this, by the way. It's just that there's so much to this game to try to remember to talk about. And... oh. Oh, another bat. Okay. You know what? Oh, I sent that goo ball flying right down into the spikes. Kind of finished him off. Alright. Oh! Whole room full of spikes. Good corrosive knife. I don't even know what corrosive does. It's probably better than a smooth stick, though. You can see... oh, actually, I could find out what this corrosive knife does. Vile fluid seeps from within it. Maybe it's poisonous? Anyway, where haven't I gone yet? Up and to the right, for the most part. Usually I find, like, tons and tons of potions while I'm playing this. And I get a good chance to, like, find out what a lot of them do. By the way, ducking before jumping increases the height of your jump a lot. And it's not like a bug or anything, it's a documented feature in the tutorial. They do give you a little tutorial when you start this game. I'm actually going to take out this book, and I'm going to read it. I'm going to see if there's anything in here that I want. Oh yeah, that's the Fire and Ice book. This is the Dark Arts book. This is a different spell book. If I read this one, the Fire and Ice book goes back into my hand, and I can stow it again. The Dark Magic or Dark Arts book is now the one that's in my book slot, and now I can learn now I can learn spells from here if I want to, and I can currently learn up to 2 spells. So if I want, I could get Plague, and I could actually switch books back, and I could get something like Flame Wave, and now I've turned Fire and Ice into a little option that's following me around and can fire little spell magics for me. Or do I? I guess I lose that when I leave the stage that I'm on. I could always do it with the Dark Arts book, though. Oh. The Fire and Ice book is back. Oh, you can take it out and put it away. I never even knew that. Okay, so since that potion got exposed to fire, it's vaporizing now. This is another way to find out what potions do. I can stand in this vapor for a while, and if it does anything to me, then I can find out, basically without having to drink the whole darn thing, what it does. I think usually the effects of the vapors are less powerful than the main effects. Oh, see, I couldn't seem to figure out what that Verdant Potion does, though, because it didn't have any effect on the slime, and the vapors didn't have any effect on me. But that potion that I just threw zapped the enemy. So I know that it was a potion of electricity. That one... Whoa! I'm staying far away from him. I didn't even see what that did, but it looked scary. It looked like a lot of things happened all at once. Let's go ahead and level up and get some of our health back. Plus, they gave us another health point that time. I'm going to level up my magic and recover spells by finding books and descending. That's what'll give me the charges back on my magic. Or all spells cast instantly, but cost more energy. I'm going to go with innate power, so that I get my spell charges back, so I'm not as afraid of using my spells. Of course, oopsie, didn't mean to do it that time. Casting spells right out of the book like that, whoops, kind of, it uses up a separate set of charges, so I don't have to worry as much about mine. Oh, I did not see what that potion did to him. It didn't tell me at the bottom of the screen like it usually does. Oh, I guess it was poison. Or no, poison was from my poison ball. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You can throw slime balls at a wall, and then you can like climb up them as if they're ladders. You can also pick them back up and take them with you. I'm really hoping for an opportunity to show you guys... don't want to eat this one because it's poisoned, but I really want to get the opportunity to show you guys one of the things that was shown off a long time ago in like a year ago in a like demonstration video for this game. Oops. Smooth jacket. I don't want something that lowers my magic and intelligence though, so we're not going to take it. If you stand underneath one of these crusher things when it goes off, you're dead. That's the end of the story for you. But you could do something like this, for example. You could throw a slime ball, set it off. Now it's going to get stuck, and now I can sit here and I can wail on the chain, and now it's broken. And this is actually, it's wedged in here in a place where I can't really do much with it, but this has actually become a movable physics object now that I could drag around and do stuff with if it were in a less cramped area. Rats like to steal stuff from you. If you're carrying anything in your stowage spot, it'll probably get taken by a rat. And they can also do this sneaky skill. Oh, okay, so this is acid, not on my knife, not poison. That makes sense. Corrosive. I don't really know what the difference is, if there is one. Acid can probably be washed off by going in water or something. A hat of heat. I don't even have anything in my head spot. Oh yeah, I did. I had a crown, which gave me a little bit more magic, but didn't give me luck. I'm gonna keep the thing that gives me magic, though. I didn't really place my skills very carefully on my skill grid there. But that's okay. I'm actually going to switch Slime Ball out for Flame Wave. Ah, jeez. Alright. What are you doing? Blasted with flames. Ooh, smooth machete. Extra defense and extra speed. What was that? Good corrosive knife, yeah. I think I am going to go ahead and take it. Charred Grumble Corpse. Let's see what he's carrying. Boots that are pretty much just like the boots I already have. And a breastplate that brings down my magic and intelligence, which isn't good for my build, so let's not do that. I can still eat them, though. Oh, it actually hurt me to eat the charred corpse. I didn't know it would do that. Learn something new. Ow.
Just a scratch.
Learn something new every day. I've only got 1 health left, so gotta be a little bit careful here. The situation that I wanted to show, by the way, and it doesn't look like I'm going to get an opportunity to anytime soon, if you heat up a boulder with fire from a spell, whoopsie, fire from a spell or fire from a torch or something like that, and then you push that boulder into water, it'll make the boulder really hot. Then you can throw those little poison spewing mushrooms in there, and you can cook the poison out of them and eat them. And then the water also gets poisoned, and if you have an empty bottle someplace nearby from a potion you already drank, you can collect that poison and use it on something, which is kind of a cool thing. Ooh, Fire and Ice Book and Wizard Throw spell to start with. I'm going to go ahead and read my book, and I'll take Flame Wave again. Oh, it looks like a piece of purple slime got stuck up here. Oh, it dried up before anything happened, though. I did break the thing. That's always fun. It's kind of blocking my way now, though. I hope I don't have to go down there for any reason. Oh, I can hear the Orb of Leveling. Oh, he took a potion that gave himself regenerate. Then he tried to throw the empty bottle at me and it didn't work. Squish it with the boulder. Damn it. Alright. Anyway, let's have one more run. Let's just go ahead and go with the bully this time, just for a slightly different play style. Somebody that doesn't start with a crazy bad amount of health. Oh, that person only starts with 2 HP because they're also sneaky, which I think it gives you a few things. One of the things is to be able to duck to hide, and enemies have a much harder time seeing you. This person's got 3. Oh, they start with a buzzing armor. I hate that. Let's go for a run with the two health character. So see, if I duck for a second, you can see the screen get slightly darker. That means that enemies are going to have a much tougher time seeing me. And if I can stay ducking and kind of crawling, well, I stood up there and they saw me, but it kind of keeps enemies from being able to detect me from a distance. That run didn't count. One more run, it's not bad. Buzzing Saber, Venomous Chainmail. I think Venomous Chainmail, actually, when you're in the water, it makes poison come out of you. Which wouldn't be bad if I just dip myself in the water a little bit here and there and try to kill off these piranhas. Alright. So, yeah, as you can see, the game can be a little bit brutal at times. That run didn't count either. Knife of Rending, Chainmail of Empathy, Defensive. Let's try one more time. Maybe complete a floor again. I think I completed a floor earlier in this series of runs. Let's pull this boulder out a little bit so I can get to this potion. You were supposed to get hit by the potion so I can see what it does. Come here, rat. What did it say when it broke? There's a clear potion. There's a crimson potion. Okay, he got zapped by the clear potion, so that's a potion of electricity. This... Oops. The crimson potion was invisibility. Good to know now that I'm squished flat by a trap that I didn't quite pick up on because there was other stuff going on. Oh, he also had telepathy, which is why I was able to see the enemy's locations from far away. I didn't even really know much about that skill. Anyway, I know that that was kind of a collection of really bad runs, because even though I've played this game for like 2 or 3 hours, I'm still really bad at it. But that was Catacomb, kids. I'll probably make more videos about it in the future, because I am really excited about this game. I really like all the emergence in it, all the emergent gameplay elements and stuff. If you want to pick this up, there will be a link to where you can go to their website or the Steam store in the description down below. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.